Well, thank you for being a part of the ministry here we call the Way of Wisdom. And basically what it is we just take a Proverbs or a few Proverbs and we meditate upon them, we make some comments on them, but we want to help you apply the book of Proverbs to your life, because the book of Proverbs is all about how to live in the way of wisdom. You can avoid a lot of pitfalls, you can avoid a lot of pain, and you can also come into more favor and blessing from God by living according to the principles that we find here in the book of Proverbs. And today we are again in Proverbs chapter 14, and we'll turn there together, Proverbs chapter 14. And I'd like to look at a few verses, beginning with verse 22 and then going down 26 and 27. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 22 says, do they not go astray who devise evil? But mercy and truth belong to those who devise good. Well, I love what one translation put in terms of mercy and truth. It talked about steadfast love, and it says, will meet steadfast love. In other words, those who do good, you will come into God's steadfast love, God's goodness, God's grace for your life, God's favor. So focus on what can you do good for someone today. Well, I want to go down to verses 26 and 27 about the fear of the Lord. And there are here two tremendous promises. And I want to encourage those of you who have children to really grab on to these promises about fearing God. To fear God means to be in awe of God. And the book of Proverbs talks a lot about the fear of the Lord. But not just to be in awe of God, but to live in line with that awe. That God is so awesome, we want to turn from evil. That God is so awesome, we want to honor Him. That we want to live according to His ways. The fear of the Lord that makes you want to worship Him and spend time with Him. But listen to these two promises in verses 26 and 27. In the fear of the Lord there is strong confidence, and His children will have a place of refuge. In the fear of the Lord there's strong confidence, and His children will have a place of refuge. Now, I know in some translations it's His with a capital H, like God's children, those who fear Him, who fear the Lord's children will have a place of refuge. But other translators look at this and say, well, the person who fears the Lord, their children will have a place of refuge. Well, the place of refuge for the children of those who fear the Lord is in their relationship with their parents and the favor of God, the fact that those parents are going to be praying for their children, and that those children will have the divine intervention of God throughout their lifetime because of parents who fear the Lord and parents who pray and seek God. And so your fearing the Lord can be a place of refuge for you yourself, but I also believe it can be a place of refuge for those who are attached to you, if they will stay in fellowship with you and stay in fellowship with God. The fear of the Lord, there is a strong confidence in the fear of the Lord, and His children will have a place of refuge. Next verse, 27. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life to turn one away from the snares of evil. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life. When you fear God, it produces spiritual life in you. It also produces a desire to live godly, to turn away from evil. In the fear of the Lord, there is a place of refuge and a strong confidence. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life to turn one away from the snares of death. Well, obviously, if you're being turned away from death, you have life. It is one of the most important things you can do is cultivate the fear of God in your life. It'll be a blessing to you, and it'll be a blessing to your children. It'll keep you from evil and turn you away from the ways of death and put you into the flow of God's life. Will you today begin to pray, Lord, I want to develop a healthy fear of you, a fear of the Lord in my life. That'll be a strong confidence. I know life will be good because I honor God and I fear God. That should be our attitude. In the fear of the Lord, there's strong confidence. You're awed by God. He's awesome. He'll come through for you. So let's live today in the fear of the Lord as we walk in the way of wisdom.
You are worthy of it all.